Veterans, military. Hey, today we're going to be talking about VA proposes update to VA disability ratings, mental disorders. Jumping into it, here we got currently receiving compensation. Give some information. Majority of these veterans are veterans who are, service connected for PTSD, major depressive disorder, MDD, or chronic adjustment disorder. So this is mainly trying to capitalize on those veterans currently receiving VA disability ratings for mainly these three areas. Veterans usually outside of this, they don't have a 30% or higher for that in most cases. You may have some outliers with 70% for schizophrenia, 70% for insomnia, me, mixed with a few other disabilities, mental health disabilities, but mainly the VA. Obviously, they're trying to save a couple of dollars when it comes to treating these veterans as well as compensating them for the mental health disorders that they received in these combat zone areas. Moving on. So, right here we got it easier for veterans at the 0 and 10% to actually get service connected. However, once you get past 30%, it's all downhill from there. So let's move on to the next page. Meat and potatoes of it. So mainly, like I said, if you're at 0%, more than likely under the new criteria, you're going to be getting increased to 10%. However, those at 10%, 83% will remain at 10% under the new criteria. 17% will possibly get an increase if they request for an increase, to get reevaluated, obviously. Moving on to 30%, those veterans at 30% right now would be decreased under the new criteria down to 10%. And the document, it's about 15-20 pages. It's not that long. I'll leave a link in the description for you to go check it out. Same as last time, go to regulations.gov, put in the docket ID VA 2022 VBA TAC 0010 where they at the my benefits. All right. So veterans at 50% under the new criteria will actually get decreased. They will get decreased down to 30, about 14%, maybe 30%, 36% will remain at 50, and potentially 50% will get increased. Not too bad. Some good win to lose ratios right there. And 70%, that's where it goes, a little shady looking. So under the new criteria, veterans at 70%, 55% will remain. Only a 45% will be increased to 100%. So that's good. That's a win for those. But then we at 100%, 8% will be decreased from 100% to 70%, which makes absolutely no sense. And 90% will remain at 100% due to the severity of the symptoms. Just looking at the metadata, all the veterans currently service connected at 100% for VA disabilities, specifically mental disorders, they crazy. So we don't want to really fault with these folk, but moving on. So how is this going to impact future veterans trying to receive a VA disability rating for mental health, PTSD? PTSD is one of the main hitters. PTSD, MDD, major depressive disorder, or chronic adjustment disorder. Interesting, at least for the mental health. For the sleep apnea proposed VA rating changes, it didn't have a future date, anything past 2022. Cool. But if you go into this proposed change for mental disorders, you actually see a June 2024 suspense date. So I am very, very interested to see, it's 6 months from now, but would that be the date where they actually are going to implement these changes? Let me know. I've contacted some of my VA buddies who are currently working for the VA, either rating VA disability claims and or adjudicating them, or claim specialists, whatever the case may be. And they haven't heard anything. It's just all rumors. Obviously things talk. It increases towards the end of the year with the expectations for everything to just start January 1st. But that's not going to be the case. It's silent in the VA's office right now. So definitely, if they don't know, we're not going to know. Hopefully, in that future press conference that comes out sometime in January, because they are done for the rest of the year. I think the last one was November 29th, November 30th. So this is going to be the general rating formula for mental disorders. Slight change, and they're just talking about domains. Level 1, 2, 3, and 4 or more domains when it pertains to 10, 30, 50, 70%, and 100% levels. Now, I could go into the domains. I will go into the domains just for a little bit. Just hitting on the main category. So domain 1 is cognition. So this may include, not limited to, memory, concentration, attention, goal setting, speed processing, information planning, prioritizing, etc., etc. You can review the document, and it goes into level of impairment from 0 to 4. So they're definitely making it a lot difficult, but this is in relation to the DSM-5. So with that being said, I can definitely see this being modified. And with that June date that I talked about, it seems like it might be more, more pushing towards that. So definitely keep out for that. If you're seeking therapeutic services by a licensed therapist, definitely you want to start building on top of this if they aren't already implementing this in your current treatment. And we got interpersonal interactions and relationships, both informal, social workers, and formal. So social will be, personal, formal, co-workers, supervisor, etc. Same thing, 0 to 4, level impairment, and it goes into the severity of symptoms as well as what impacts and other issues are you experiencing within that realm. Okay, we got domain 3. It's going to be task completion and life activities. May include, but limited to, activities, vocational, like educational, domestic, social, or caregiving. Levels 0 through 4 once again, and it talks about from no issues to total issues. So mild, moderate, severe, total. There's different levels, and the severe, all of it. Yeah. So anyways, moving on from there. Last domain is going to be navigating environments, leaving home, crowded spaces, independently moving around surroundings, and so on and so forth. Level of impairment is still the same, 0 through 4, with the criteria being met as well, from no difficulties through mild, moderate, and severe, ending with total. And then they got a fifth domain. Okay. You don't necessarily, so there's 5 domains, but at least to obtain 100% if that's your goal, or if you're currently at 100%, you just need level 4 in 1 or more domains. Okay, level 4 in 1 or more domain, and or level 3 in 2 domains. Definitely a lot more difficult. Self-care. Definitely want to hit everything. Hit them all. Fuck it. Hit them all, dope. 5th one is going to be self-care, pretty much hygiene, your appearance, talking, pretty much your sustainability in life. How is it? Is it good, medium, shit, trash, whatever the case may be? Don't take any of my language to offense. That's just how I talk. That's how veterans talk. Definitely that's how Marines talk. If you don't like my language, y'all know where to go. Clickbait, baby. Clickbait pages. But aside from that, there ain't nothing else on here. And out of those comments, I looked at a few. I'm not going to look at all 800, but majority of them were against it, obviously. But, there were a good handful of veterans who were actually supporting it. So that was actually interesting to see. Most of the time, veterans are always opposed to any new proposals that the VA always tries to implement, especially around when it comes to budgeting. Trying to see where they can cut costs and save a couple of $100 million, billions, whatever the case may be. But they definitely want to update this, because they've been steadily updating the CFR 38 throughout the years. Last time they did a major update was in 2017. But obviously they want to modify mental health ratings, the sleep apnea, VA ratings, as well as majority, if not all, of the ear, nose, and throat area in the CFR 38, just to adjust some things to be more, I guess, in alignment with current day's medicine. Yeah, it may not necessarily help the veteran out when it comes to compensation, getting service connected, and or getting that highest, best VA disability rating. But hey, you know, it's all in the VA's power. They can definitely do it. You know, I got some asshole outside with some fucking diesel truck, fucking at what 11:30 at night over there, brooming. Anyways, you like this type of content, you know what to do. I gotta keep telling y'all. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. Comment.